Let's talk about one of the most absurd political debates of our time, the outrage over trans athletes in sports. Somehow we've gone from debating real issues to arguing over who gets to serve the ball. It's a masterclass in social control. While you're glued to manufactured outrage over bathrooms, your cities crumble, your wages stagnate, and your communities are left to rot. Because this isn't just about us sitting around wasting our time. Our tax dollars are paying about $2.4 million each day Congress debates whether a tiny, already marginalized group should exist in public spaces. While critical issues like unaffordable housing, failing schools, and healthcare access are ignored. Trans people make up less than 1% of the U.S. population, and an even smaller fraction participate in organized sports. Less than 100 trans women competed in 2023 nationwide, yet somehow this tiny group has been turned into a national crisis. Meanwhile, we lose over 3,500 children each year due to gun violence, but the same politicians who claim to protect children refuse to pass even the most basic gun safety measures. So why trans people and not guns? Guns are framed as tools of protection, symbols of freedom and power. Trans people, on the other hand, are portrayed as threats. Guns uphold their basest traditions. Trans rights challenge them. They fight for freedom when it suits them, but weaponize fear to take it from others. It's hypocrisy at its finest. The gun lobby ensures silence on reforms, while trans people lacking political clout become convenient scapegoats. Trans issues fit perfectly into the culture war because they tap into deeply emotional fears, the erosion of traditional values, and discomfort with societal change. Politicians know that framing trans rights as a moral crisis rallies their base and distracts from the real questions. Why can't we afford health care? Why are public schools underfunded? These debates give the illusion of action aligning with their base's identity and values to make voters feel heard, without requiring any meaningful reform or solutions. Debating trans athletes in sports is easier and cheaper than addressing real issues, like proposing housing reform or stricter gun laws, which might alienate powerful donors. It's a calculated deflection from the systemic inaction and greed that truly harms our communities. The arguments keep shifting to fit the outrage. First, it was about body parts. If you were born with girl parts, you're a girl. Then it became chromosomes, XX or bust. If someone's chromosomes don't match their outward appearance, does that mean God makes mistakes? This isn't about fairness. It's about weaponizing pseudoscience to attack an already marginalized group. If this were about fairness, we'd be talking about the unequal funding of women's athletics, or the fact that college athletes generate billions for schools while being paid nothing. This isn't fairness. It's scapegoating, a convenient way to rile people up over a trivial issue while ignoring real problems. Unaffordable rent, inaccessible health care, and children going to bed hungry. Outrage is running this country. Not justice, not reason, not solutions. If you let them manipulate you with fear, they'll keep getting away with it. Misinformation wins when we stay silent.